Hello, precious people of God. The time has come. We need to know the truth about speaking in tongues. I am doing this video specifically because of a comment I saw on one of my videos, and it's due my attention because the person needed to know the differences between fake tongues and genuine tongues. If you really want to know the differences, then I want you to stay close to the end of this video, because everything that I'm about to show you will actually expose the truth about whether you are speaking a fake tongue or a genuine tongue, especially when you really want to know that this person or that person is actually speaking a fake tongue or a genuine tongue. Anyway, my name is Rabbi Godson, and welcome to my channel. If you truly want to grow in your Christian faith and also have a deeper relationship with the Holy Spirit, I am encouraging you to subscribe to this channel so that you will not miss my next video. Whenever you hear somebody speaking in tongue and you see these signs, it's a clear sign that that person is speaking a fake tongue. Take note, these signs are not the only signs, but these signs are the signs that the Holy Spirit taught me throughout my Christian journey. And when you use this as a guideline to check whether a tongue is genuine or not, you absolutely know. Fake tongues are exaggerated languages. Any language that is exaggerated is fake. Spiritual languages can never be exaggerated. The language of tongues is a spiritual language, and we cannot exaggerate those spiritual language, those sounds. Now, what do I mean by exaggerated languages? You know, exaggeration is all about just thinking about something, okay? Thinking and creating something in your own way, and it's a sign that it is a fake tongue. Now, the second sign is that fake tongues are mostly driven by feeling, our own feelings. Whenever somebody is speaking tongues and the source of that tongues or the source of that language is only coming from his or her own feeling, it's a sign that it is a fake tongue. The language of the Spirit cannot come from our feeling. The feeling is from the soulish realm. So whenever you feel something, or whenever you're trying to feel something based on your emotions, driven by your flesh, okay, you are not speaking the right tongue. Now, number 3, fake tongues are mostly a composed pattern of sounds. This is very critical. Whenever you want to know that somebody is speaking a fake tongue, you will realize that the person has actually composed a pattern of sound, and the person is just repeating it like that. And whenever the person repeats it, you will think it is powerful, but yet it is fake. It's fact. I'm telling you the truth. So there are some people that will just compose a pattern of sound that they have exaggerated. They will compose it. When they mention this, then they mention this in addition, then they mention the first one, okay? They have actually composed it. It's a composition. They've put in things together, and it's making it sound as if it's a spiritual thing, but it's never a real tongue. Number 4, fake tongues mostly don't sound as a language. Fake tongues mostly do not sound as a language. They mostly sound as noise. Please don't get me wrong. It's fact. You know, I know this might intimidate some of us, but we need to be delivered out of the deception of this spiritual gift called speaking in tongues. I always say that speaking in tongues is a language. It's a language, just like the way I'm talking to you right now. I can be talking to you in a spiritual language called tongues. You need to understand it. It should be a language. It should be a language that communicates, that brings about an information. So most of the times, fake tongues mostly sound as noise. Now, number 5, fake tongues mostly don't impact. It rather paints an atmosphere of spirituality, but not the spiritual presence of God. Because it is fake, it doesn't impact in our lives. It doesn't impact any positivity in our lives. It doesn't impact any transformation in our lives. So it rather paints an atmosphere of spirituality. We feel like we are creating a spiritual atmosphere. Meanwhile, we've not even caught the spiritual presence of God. Now, number 6, fake tongues are intentionally practiced, arranged, and imposed. Take note of these 3 words. Fake tongues are intentionally practiced, arranged, and imposed. There are so many Christians that intentionally practice tongues, okay? They intentionally arrange those sounds, and it sounds as if it's very spiritual and powerful. Meanwhile, it's intentionally practiced. There are a lot of us that are guilty of this, and some of you might be guilty, but you may not be aware. Many people intentionally practice these things so that it will cause other people to see them to be very spiritual and to be on fire. Meanwhile, it is fake. They have practiced it. They have arranged those sounds. They are imposing it when they call them to lead prayer sessions. And we think that these people are very spiritual. Yes, it's fact. It is true. They are spiritual, but they are not bringing the spiritual presence of God. And that's what makes it fake. Now, for us to be able to verify ourselves, let us go to the signs of a genuine tongue. Now, if you really want to know whether you are speaking a genuine tongue or someone around you in a church service is really speaking a genuine tongue, then I am about to show you 8 signs that shows that is a genuine tongue. Number 1, genuine tongues are direct languages of the Holy Spirit. Genuine tongues are direct languages of the Holy Spirit. Trust me when I say this. Yes, I have a strong desire when it comes to speaking and explaining this spiritual thing. It is the only connection that we have left in our Christianity. When you truly want to be very spiritual, you need to exercise speaking in tongues. In fact, you need to be baptized with speaking in tongues. When you are speaking a genuine tongue, you are directly speaking the language of the Holy Spirit. It's not an earthly language. It's never an earthly language. What you are speaking is not an earthly language. People should not really understand you. They should be confused unless the tongue you are speaking is actually bringing an information to the people. And that is where the Holy Spirit provides somebody around to interpret that very spiritual tongue that you are speaking. So generally, when you are praying in tongue, it is supposed to be a hidden language, a language that should never be understood by anybody except you and God. Now, number 2, genuine tongues are spoken without thinking about how to speak it. When I am speaking a genuine tongue, I do not think about how to speak it. I do not think about how to say it. No, you cannot be thinking about how to go about it. It's a spiritual thing. It's the spiritual language. It's the language of the Holy Spirit. So if truly the Holy Spirit dwells inside of you, you should not think about how to speak that language of the Holy Spirit. Do you remember that Jesus Christ actually sent the disciples and he told them that when the Pharisees and the scribes calls you, when they summon you, when they call you, okay, and they are asking you questions, do not worry about what to say. Remember that the Spirit of God inside of you will give you utterance. Listen, that statement that Jesus made is a powerful statement that will help us explain the reality of tongues. When the Holy Spirit dwells inside of you, you do not really think about what to say again. The Holy Spirit activates your mind, your soul, your heart, and the Holy Spirit echoes a sound out of your mouth. And those sounds are not just noise, they are languages. They are languages. You are speaking languages. It's a spiritual language that carries information. So when Jesus spoke to the disciples and told them that, do not worry, these utterances will come. It will come. He was actually talking about the spiritual wisdom that the Holy Spirit gives unto us to speak, to say, or to, express in our conversations. It is the same thing when it applies to praying in tongue. You do not think about how to speak the language. It is the Holy Spirit that causes you to speak it. You don't think about how well to say it. Number 3, genuine tongues impacts a spiritual presence of God with us and within us. When we speak genuine tongues, it actually impacts a spiritual presence of God with us. That is when we are in church and we are praying together, we are doing service together. It actually impacts a spiritual presence of God with us and within us. So these are the things that the Holy Spirit or the language of the Spirit does. It brings the presence of God within us and around us. Now, number 4, genuine tongues are not intentional. optional. It flows just as the Holy Spirit drives you to speak it. When you are truly speaking a genuine tongue, it flows just like a river. It flows. It flows. So because you are not thinking about how to speak it, when you say a word, it follows by another word. It follows by another word. And then it follows by another. Number 5, genuine tongues speaks a message to warn or to address or to encourage. These are the purposes. Whenever somebody is speaking tongues or is actually declaring a prophecy in tongues in our church services, it is bringing 3 things. This language of the Spirit is actually bringing a message to warn us. In other words, to reprove us. Secondly, this language of the Spirit actually comes with a message to address something, to address us. And the last one is that it brings a word of encouragement. When the Spirit of God is speaking through somebody in tongues or in the language of tongues, and by the grace of God somebody interprets it, you could realize that it is either about a warning, a message to be addressed, or an encouragement to the people of God. Number 6, genuine tongues flows from within the spirit of the speaker, not feelings. Whenever you are speaking a genuine tongue, that sound that you are making flows from your spirit man. It flows from within. It doesn't flow from your own feeling that you feel like shouting, so let me shout. No, you don't decide it. It flows from within your spirit man. Number 7, genuine tongues leaves a sense of peace within us and without us. Genuine tongues actually leaves a sense of peace in us and without, around us. I don't know if I'm really making a difference in your life. You are supposed to realize this, that anytime you are speaking in tongues, in fact this thing have been happening to me each and every time. When I speak in tongues, I feel the deepest peace in the whole world. I'm not faking it. I'm trying to be real. Whenever you speak in tongues and you know it's a tongue of the Spirit, is the tongue of the Holy Spirit, you feel the peace. You are not intimidated. You are not in a hurry. Okay? Even with that, you feel like praying and praying more and more. Number 7, genuine tongues leaves a print of spiritual sounds within our mind or within our soul. Did you realize that there are so many people that they can just speak in tongues anywhere and anyhow? They are eating, they are talking, they are in a place, they can just speak in tongues, and then they feel, they take it normal, and it's normal. This is what have been happening. Let me just explain this. Because they had a spiritual encounter, or because they have been baptized by the Holy Spirit, or because the Holy Spirit actually baptized these people with the language of the Spirit, as they received those languages, okay, from that moment as they were praying, that language actually imprinted in their soulish realm. It can be erased when the person end up walking in the flesh continually, okay, it can be erased. But when the person continues to live a spiritual life, it can never be erased. So you end up realizing that these people end up speaking in tongues anytime. And when they speak in tongues, or when they speak in those languages, you realize that those sounds actually is connected to the sound they originally received while they were praying. At that time they received the language of the Spirit. So whenever you realize that a person normally prays in tongues anytime and anyhow, this is the reason why, or this is what happens. Don't be confused. The person have actually received an imprint of the spiritual language. It has been printed within the soulish realm of the person, and anytime the person want to speak in tongues, the person refers that language and the person speaks it. So when the person comes back to pray and to have a connection with the Holy Spirit, or to have a deeper interaction with the Holy Spirit, the person end up speaking a new language, because the person have now come to communicate, or the person have now come to have communion with the Spirit. So the person receives another language of the Spirit, and that's a sign of spiritual growth. Now I want to hear from you. What is your challenge? What do you not understand about speaking in tongues or praying in tongues? Let me know in the comment section. Now, this is my humble request. I want to specially invite you to support me with these videos and that of my live streams. Financially support me. If you really want to be part of my community, remember to partner with me. All the details are in the description, and then you choose any convenient payment method, and then I'll be glad to receive your donation. I believe this video can be of help. Check out this video, and I will see you in my next video.